Well, hello everyone, and welcome to A Color with Donna. In today's video for hashtag Mystical 2021, I am continuing the Shadyside sleigh ride. Picture that this is now part 3 on this. I've just kind of tried to work through it, and I thought I would come back in and work on this just a little bit more with you guys today. So I hope everyone's doing well. I grabbed my Ohuhu marker. It is a 71. This isn't the brush. This is the regular Ohuhus. And it was one from an old set. And I just got into it and got that set up so I could use it in the color along. And I once again forgot to set my phone up so I can control my camera. So I'm getting that set up right now so I'll have better control so I can be able to zoom in for you guys. I did not even think about it when I sat down and got started, so I'm sorry. It's just me, you know. Oh, and that explains a lot about why my setup seemed odd when I sat down. When I first sat down, I thought my camera seemed really strange, and it was because in the app I had it zoomed in some. So, okay. Now I've got control of the book again. Well, I've got control of the zoom. All right, so I think I'm going to use this blue here. It's 71, and I'm going to do the background for this, and then we'll work on some more. I'm not going to worry so much about these little snowflakes or snow dots that are falling because I can come back in with a white or something on that, because that would be super hard to try to avoid every one of those little dots. So I'm not even going to try. I mean, I'm not going to like intentionally go over them, but I'm also not going to stress the bleed that alcohol markers tend to do. You know how it spreads and all that. So it's one of those, I'm not going to intentionally do it, at least not in the beginning. I might get tired of it here in a minute and decide I'm going to do it intentionally after all. But yeah. And starting in January, when I do my little marker 101 little course, I'll explain to you guys how to try to avoid a lot of that bleed out. And that'll be something we talk about because I've seen several of you have made comments that you're afraid to use your alcohol markers because of that bleed and stuff. And also lines that you get in your images when you're coloring. So we'll definitely touch base on all of that starting in January. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're interested in learning how to be maybe more effective with alcohol markers, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because I do plan to do that starting in January. I'm actually really looking forward to being able to share that with you guys, and I'm going to try to get as in-depth as I possibly can with everything that I use and how I use it and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to doing that with you guys. It should be loads of fun. So right now I'm just getting this background done. And I know this is probably one of the most boring parts of a coloring page. To me, it is anyway. It's the, I love the way images look when they have backgrounds colored in. And so I'm working on other ways to do backgrounds between using pastels or gelatos or inks and things like that. But that's still in its infancy stage. when it comes to me and my coloring. So for now, I'm still using markers, especially on camera, but I'm working on learning the others. And what I have is I have just a Rubbermaid box, and I keep my like if I've had a set of markers that I've used and several of those markers start to go dry, then I've just kind of dumped the ones that are still really juicy, that have a lot of life left in them and everything. I kind of dump those over in that box. I need to go through that box because I want to separate them out based in color families and things like that. But I haven't had a chance to do that. But I'll tackle that probably sometime after the first of the year. I don't want to do that like right in the middle of a color along because there's probably going to be several days that I don't have a video up while I sort through all these markers because I need to like test them, make sure they're still juicy. I want to get them over into color families and things. So, for those of you who do have sets of markers that have started to have several go dry and things like that, I think that's a good idea. Maybe put them into like color families, find a way to store those. And then, if you're doing an image that you want to have like a background on and everything, you can use those markers, those little rogue markers, I guess you could call them. You can use those and like this and for backgrounds, and you get a lot of use from those markers that otherwise you really wouldn't have used much, because that's something that I noticed was that when I started having a couple markers that started going dry and things like that, the set's not full anymore. It's always your most favorite colors that go, start to go dry first. And you kind of, at least I did, I would start looking for a new set of markers. And those markers just kind of started piling up and they weren't getting used. Of course, you don't want to get rid of them because, I mean, they're good, right? So I came up with this idea a couple months back, and I just went through and found all of those markers that had just kind of been stored and stashed because of that purpose. And yeah, and so I threw them over in the box and said, all right, these are my background markers and things like that. Or, anytime you just need like a marker for something quick, for whatever, it's there. And it works out really lovely. So, all right, let's try my best not to mess these little snowflakes up. Getting into there. This is going to be a real challenge here. I think I'm going to stop worrying about the white dots so much and start putting my focus on not messing up these snowflakes. So what are you guys up to? What have you been coloring, or have you been crafting, or what have you been doing? Tell me about how things are going for you right now. We are very quickly approaching the middle of December. I cannot believe it. Oh my, this month, it's just flying by. It really, 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 really is just taking off. And, November really like flew by for me also. So I know when the year first started, it was like, well, we got to about March, and it was kind of like March, 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 April, 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 Yeah. But it's really started flying by all of a sudden. It's hard for me to believe that we are so rapidly approaching the end of the year. It feels like December just got started and that I just started these color alongs, and then to go, oh my goodness, we're like almost to the middle now. It's pretty crazy. I remember when I was a child, it used to seem like it just took forever for holidays to come. Like you would have one Christmas And then it seemed like an eternity until the next Christmas. And the one thing I have noticed as I have grown older is that time really seems as if it speeds up as you get older. You know, it doesn't seem like Christmas was really all that long ago. I know the first, we hit March. I know it was pretty crazy, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't seem that long since it was Christmas time last year. And now here we are with the holidays upon us again. So it's just something I've noticed is that time really speeds up. So if any of you are out there and you're still, young, Madison, talking to you, sweetie, enjoy it. I'm telling you, goodness, enjoy it, because when you get my age, it just seems like everything just goes so much more quickly. I wish I could go back to the days when I was younger and kind of redo so much stuff. I would have enjoyed life so much more, I think. If I could go back and know what I know now kind of thing, because, you know, life is so short and I don't think you realize it until you start getting older. Time starts speeding up and you're like, oh my goodness. I know this may sound crazy, but then again, some of you may have had the same thought at some point. But it's kind of like one day I just had this epiphany that half of my life was over, probably more than half of my life. Because at this point right now, I would have to live to be 90 years old for half of my life not to be over. So, yeah, that's pretty astounding when you think about that. And I don't expect to live to be 90. So, just having that realization that half of it is gone. So, so when you get the chance, dance in the rain, eat the donut, buy the shoes, because the truth of the matter is you just don't know. Take the vacation, make those memories, because you don't want to look back. Because here's another truth, and those people of age here on the channel can tell you, here's another truth, is that um, Donna just lost her whole train of thought. That's the truth. Again, sign of aging. Oh, but no, what I was going to say was that when you get a little older, you know, you start to not feel like doing those things, like those big vacations and stuff. Your body just can't hardly physically handle it anymore. So it's kind of like, take the vacation, eat the donut, eat the donut before you get diabetes, okay? Because as you get older, there's going to be diabetes issues. Eat the donut. Buy the shoes, because your feet are going to spread as you get older, and those shoes aren't going to be comfortable anymore. So buy the shoes. So yeah, if I could do life over, I think I would have had more of that philosophy going through the years. And now I'm a little older and so much wiser. So I view life a lot differently now. When I'm in a moment, I really try to take in that moment. I try to think about, what do I smell? What do I see? What do I feel? And I try to get a snapshot of that in my mind, because those moments are fleeting and everything, and it's just really cool to be able to look back later and be able to remember all of those things. And I wish I would have thought of it like that when I was younger, because when I was younger, things would happen or whatever, and I'm just like in the moment, and I didn't really take it all in like I probably should have. And now as I'm older, I do. If that makes sense to anybody, I think I'm just rambling. I've almost got this little background done, and I think I saved most of the snowflakes survived okay. Not the little dots, those didn't survive. I gave up on those as soon as I started trying not to color on the little teal ones. I kind of gave up worrying about the little dots. I was like, I can always come back and add that in. That's what white gel pen, silver gel pen, that's what all that's meant for. Works wonderfully. And this color is not so dark that I can't see. Oh, I messed that one up. Oh well. It's okay. Just breathe. All right. Now, let's try to remember where I put the lid. And I'm not done. I got to get right in here, but I can do that with the little ends. Still not 100% sure what that is in the back of that sleigh there. These little things, they're probably going to become like gumdrops or something here shortly. So, all right. Where's my silvery gel pen? And there's my white one. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this silver for here. And this is a Uniball Signo silver. And I don't know if I bought the right thing, but somebody was talking about how great they were and silvery and glittery and all this. But I got it, and it is a great silver marker. I mean, our gel pen, as far as silver goes, the Uniball Signo one like this. And I mean, it really, if my Uniball Signo white worked as good as this one, I would love it a lot more. So maybe I should get a new Uniball Signo white and try it. But this puts out a lot of ink, a lot of gel, but it's not glittery. It is definitely silver metallic, but it is one of the best silver metallics that I've ever seen because, you know, it does lay down so much color. So I do really like it for things that I want silver for. But it definitely will not replace my Sparkle Pop or Dual Hybrid Silver because that one is more sparkly than it is metallic. So that's still my favorite for that. But I'm glad I got these just to try them. I got a 3-pack after I'd heard about them and I wanted to see how they worked. So I'm glad I did. I'll try to remember to link these in the description below for you guys. So if you're interested, just click down into the description and it'll take you straight over where you can buy these because they do flow really well. And it is a very shiny silver metallic. You know, a lot of times silver metallics are kind of dull and metallic-y looking. This one is very shiny silver. So that I can definitely say for this. Let's see if I can show you guys here. See that shine? And like I said, it's not glitter, but it's definitely shiny metallic. So I like that very much. So I'll try to link that down in the description below. So check out the description below if you're interested in those because I'm very impressed with them as silver metallics. Sometimes with this Jelly Roll White, sometimes on a dark color like this, it comes through and I'm going to end up with a light blue. I'm hoping it'll stay white, but we'll see. I think sometimes it depends on the paper and also I guess the color of the ink that's down underneath it, but it'll kind of like glow. It'll kind of go down white, but then it has a tendency to like change to um, a lighter version of the base color. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time. I would like for it to stay white, but even if it does, it's fine because, you know, snow does have a bluish tint to it. I mean, unless it's yellow snow, and if it's yellow snow, stay away. But yeah, so we'll see. Okay. I keep looking back at the ones I've already dotted, and it looks like they're staying white, so that's really good. But as far as white gel pens go, I have personally had the best luck with the Jelly Roll 10 in white. That's where I've had my best of luck. So I like the Poscas, but I've had Poscas that just kind of threw up all over my paper. So I don't use Posca very often, even for the white. I mean, I'll use Posca in other things, but not for like highlights with the white. I generally use, like I said, the Jelly Roll 10. And I'll try to remember to link those also because they are really, really good. And I know some of you like to hear the types of things that I use in my pictures. So, okay. I'm just going to kind of add. I know that smoke is generally gray, but I think the silver might be a little too much here. I'll make that a little gold. Look how pretty that gold is. That's the dual metallic gold. Do you see that? Oh my Jesus. I love dual metallics. The dual metallics and sparkle pops, and those are by far my favorites. I keep a gold and a silver of these. I keep them. I'm going to add a little bit of silver from the sparkle pop in with that gold smoke there. But I keep them right beside my desk all the time, so I can get them in my comfy chair, or I can get it at the desk because I love them so much. Look how sparkly. It's amazing. Gosh, it's amazing. So again, I guess this will be a gel pen linking kind of day. I'll try to remember to link those also. And like I said, I do have a Uniball Signo white. It's just says broad on it, pigment ink. Is this a different pen from this? Let me find out. Well, this one's got everything written in a foreign language. Yeah, this one doesn't say broad. It just says Uniball Signo. $153. Oh, this says UM 153, same as here. So it should be the same pen. But yeah, I don't necessarily like this white one very much. I prefer I keep it at the desk, but I do prefer the Secure Jelly Roll much more. All right, so let me do this little wooden sign here. Let's see what color. Sound like a little broken record, don't I? Sorry. All right. And this is 31 in those Teo Tree markers. Okay, guys, I am so sorry for that little interruption. You guys probably are like, what? But yeah, my camera went down and I lost connection, so I'm going to have to edit that little bit out. But I did color this sign in here with my number 31 Teo Tree. And, you know, I couldn't just stop. That's the thing. When you're using alcohol markers, you cannot just stop. or it definitely will leave lines in your work. So yeah, so I'm going to go in with the gold dual hybrid and put it here for the little nails or screws that are in the side of the sign. And let me see what kind of tritone I got that I can grab to maybe. Ooh, do I have one that's got the browns I'm looking for? Maybe this. I just want to kind of, this is Ember, and I just want to kind of add a little bit to this. And the Ember is meant to look more like fire, so I don't know how this is going to work out. But I'm going to put some of it in here and see. Just to kind of see what it looks like. All right. Sorry I got so quiet. That was just me thinking. I'm working my way through here with this pencil and just kind of thinking. Trying to think how I think it looks. Thinking about how I think it looks. You can definitely see here how I got those extra tones in there. So, I mean, I don't think it looks terrible, but it's probably not the color I would have chosen. But it's going to be okay. With the 24 pencils, I just wanted to get something that I could kind of go over that a little bit with. Let's see. Camera may be shaking. If it is, I'm sorry. Because I can definitely feel the desk moving. So it's probably shaking the camera just a little bit. The one thing I do really like about this this setup right here with this camera holder, it's not really a tripod because it's not on 3 legs, so monopod, whatever. What I really like about it is that even if it shakes the camera, it seems to steady itself back out very quickly. Okay, so not everything I would have wanted it to be, but I mean, hey, I'm not gonna argue much about it either. It put a little bit of shading into it, I guess. Okay. I don't know if you can go back over pencil with marker. Let's find out. Let's find out, shall we? Because that might even, in a weird way, blend that out a little. I don't know. We're finding out. I know that you can use a colorless blender, almost like a blender for colored pencils. So it would stand to reason if you went over colored pencils with an alcohol marker, that it would, colored marker, that it would still have the same effect on the wax that a colorless blender would have. At least it seems that way to me. So I was willing to give it a try and find out. I may actually go over that Shadyside, Sleigh ride, the words. I may actually go over it with this gold gel pen. I do think it actually did blend that pencil out some. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. So yeah, I had heard a long time ago that you can use an alcohol blender on your pencil work as like a blender. So if you guys have alcohol blenders laying around, that's a reason to kind of save them. Because I know I used to have, oh, I don't know that I like the way that looks. Not much I can do about it. I mean, I can kind of, since it's still wet, I can kind of move that around a little bit, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe the sign's not the greatest. I did try. Yeah, so if you've got alcohol markers, used to, I just had so many alcohol markers that I didn't even hardly hang on to them anymore. But I have started hanging on to them now because of what I have heard about using them as blenders. So that's what I'll be doing, is using mine as blenders when they start to run low. And this is that blue tritone again, because I never went over like the snowcap mushrooms and things. I never did the blue for the mushroom cap, so I wanted to get that done real quick also. Wow, that one's a little dark. I hit that dark side of the blue, apparently. Okay, get these little snow caps, mushrooms capped. Get the mushroom caps capped. I'm feeling silly today. Can you guys tell? I think I was afraid you wouldn't be able to see the snow caps as well, but what I'll do is I'll show you in just a second to help with that just a little bit. All right, and we got this. I'm gonna have to move my camera. I was trying to move the book, but I need to just move that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take my Jelly Roll Stardust clear and go over these little, where there's like a snow cap on top of things, and use that. I need to blend that one out. I'm going to blend that one out with white because it didn't blend out as well as I would have hoped. Grab my white. I do want to sharpen it just a tad. My white's getting so tiny. It's my white. Okay. All right. The white does real good to blend colors together. I bought several Prismacolor whites the last time I bought singles. Because I really do like using the Prismacolor whites for like blending things out or putting just little highlights in things. It works really well for that. All right, guys, I'm going to have to turn the sound off for just a second because I think I'm about to have a coughing fit. Hold on. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for being patient with me. I still haven't gotten over this bronchitis or, whatever. So, all right, this is my Stardust Clear from Jelly Roll. It's also a 10, I believe. And I'll go over this, and it'll make these little snow caps on this little gourd house as well as on the mushrooms. It'll make it pop a little more, which will be good. So, kind of give it a little bit of a pop off the page, maybe. That way it'll really stand out against that snow. Now, I will tell you, I have trouble sometimes getting my jelly rolls to work well on top of pencil. Now, they glide on so smooth and look so wonderful on top of my markers, but sometimes I do have a hard time getting them to look the way I want them to look on top of pencil. So I'm still kind of trying to learn how to use them over pencils. We'll get these done. My throat's itching really bad, so I may have to mute this again in just a second. Oh, you guys was out of frame, weren't you? I'm sorry. My pups are outside, and I almost laughed out loud because I just heard Lucy. She's got her nose stuck right up into the crack, crevice of the door, and I heard she's trying to see what's going on in this room. She's not asking to come in right now, but she's checking it out to see if there's any food in here, probably. She must have heard me move at the desk or something and wanted to see if I had brought food or something into the room. And I missed these little things on top of this mushroom, little dots. And I honestly don't remember what color I used, so I'll try to do a little matching here in just a second. As you know, I wouldn't be Donna if I didn't miss a few little spots here and there. Let's see. I think that's going to be it. Yeah, I think so. I won't swear by it, but I think so. All right, and I'll kind of show you what doing the jelly rolls did. Do you see the sparkle now on the top of those mushroom caps? So yeah, it'll just kind of help it stand out just a little bit. Okay, now the real question is what do I want to do with this little gourd house up here in the corner? And then we got the walkway and the little grass bits. So I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Let's see. I think I'm just going to use this peachy color. It's probably not a color for probably really not a color for a gourd, but that's what I'm going to use. It's like a peachy pink. It might be a coral. It's 140. It might be like a coral pink. Maybe if I had to guess the name of a color, but I think that's what I'm going to do because it's my picture and I can do what I want. For those of you who are trying to color along, I'm sorry for my color choice. Feel free to change up that color if you want to. Oh, I colored over those icicles. There were small icicles on that window, and I didn't see it because they were tiny. I didn't see it, and so I had colored over it. And I noticed there's like a mushroom or something somewhere that I didn't do the icicles on. I can't remember what it was. I could swore I saw something that I didn't do icicles on. And you know what? Those may have been the icicles that I was looking at. I don't know. I'll check the image over real good in the end and check and see. Okay. I think I'm going to use another tritone pencil on the gourd too. Maybe. I think I see one back there I'm interested in. We'll see. I was glancing up to see if I could find one that might work. Take a look in just a minute. All right, so that got like the body of the gourd colored. Now, as far as the top of the gourd, I'm going to go in with 31. Well, maybe that was little icicles here on the gourd that I saw, on the gourd stem that I noticed I didn't color before. That could have been them. Because the ones on that window was kind of small. Okay. Windows like this. Yeah. Now, I have to do something a little different on the door because I don't want it to look, oh, I got to do that, don't I? Right in the middle of the reef. Phew, I'm glad I saw that because that would have been a booger to try to remember what marker I used. And this is 25, but I'm putting on the door. Sometimes I actually use this as a skin tone. So I don't know. I don't know that I like that. Maybe it needs to be. Let me see if I can find something to put over that. Let's see what 133 looks like. Maybe. No, that's not really a light. I want a light brown. Let's try this one. Yes. All right. That'll darken that up just a tad. That was the 101. Oh. I keep missing things. Oh my. I need to do the little things up there too. So, what was that? 25 and 101 is what I used on those doors. That way, hopefully, it'll look the same. I don't know that I can bring you guys in anymore. I can't. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to use the gold again, my dual hybrid, just for the like the hardware on the doors and the shutters. There. That'll kind of shine. I don't know about here. I'm probably going to use gold or silver there too. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe gold. I choose gold. Okay. Cute, 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 cute. Yeah, I don't know about this. Volcano is what it's called. This might be brave. Very, very brave of me. You guys have got to experience me being just insane with some of my choices in this video for sure. All right. But any chance I get, I play with the tritones just so I can kind of see what they do. You know, worst case scenario is I'm like, ugh, I don't like that at all, and I move on to something else. So why not just test them here and there? And that's what I decided to do. That's why I put them over here, so they would be right here for me anytime I decided I wanted to get bold and brave and try something different. Okay. And I can always go back over it like I did with the sign. And I think that's what I'm going to do to see if it'll blend that out a little more. So just bear with me. I'm experimenting with you guys. You know, for so long I was terrified to dare color with a pencil in front of you guys. And now here I am going, just hold on, I'm experimenting. Give me a second. Bear with me. Let me play. But I think that's part of what makes coloring fun is the experimentation and everything. So just being able to experiment, do new things. Does anybody remember what color that was I used though? Because I don't. Was it 140? Yes, I think it was. All right, so let's go back over this and see what happens. You know, it's me being curious. And yes, I do know that curiosity killed the cat, but hey. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I've never tried this before. So, I mean, putting colored marker over the top of colored pencil, I've never tried it. So, this is new to me. So, you got to see it for the first time as I got to see it for the first time, which is kind of cool. It's does okay. It definitely does, I think, blend that pencil out some. Which is really cool. So I guess the key to doing this would be use a base color that's a little lighter than what you want your final to be. Use pencil a little darker than you want the final to be, and then go back over it with the first color of the marker just to, one, it'll darken that up, and then it'll blend your pencils out a little also. At least that's kind of what I'm experiencing here. So, you guys ever done anything like this before? If so, tell me how it worked out for you. There. I think it looks pretty good. To be honest, I think it did great. Okay, so I'm gonna grab 15 to do this Christmas bow here on the door. And then it's not a door, it's above the door actually. And then I need to I'm gonna use 41 to do the greenery in the wreath. All right. I think that looks really good right there. So, yay, we did it. Thank you for going along on that little journey there with me. All right, so what is left here is these little whatever they are that's in the back of the sleigh and the walkway. And that's it. That's all that's left. Well, and then like the lights inside the windows, but those lights don't take but a second. So put some little yellow or something inside for the lights. There. Cool. All right, so we are approaching the 1 hour mark. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. I am going to finish on my own up the rest of the image. The walkway is what's left, and these little things in the back of the sleigh. And then the picture, I'm calling it done. So I hope you guys have enjoyed coloring this picture. I'm also going to go around with some gel pens around the outside here. But yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed doing this picture with me on camera. I've definitely enjoyed hanging out with you guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. I do color alongs like this, as well as unboxings and hauls and just regular color and chats and all kinds of fun things. So be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of future updates. For all my new subscribers, welcome. I am so happy to have you here. And to all of my loyal followers that have been here for a while, thank you. I love you all beyond measure. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, peace, love, happy coloring, and Merry Christmas from Coloritaville. Bye, guys.